Okay, for this lesson, I'm going to show you how to assemble your icosahedron. You have designed this sheet full of 20 circles with triangles inside, which will be your 20-sided figure. Here's a finished copy. Before you cut these out, either before or after you design them, you need to score along the triangle so it's easy to bend them up exactly right. So I'll show you with no pattern on here what I would do. I would hold my ruler up against that edge, making sure my pen makes really good contact, and I'm going to press really hard with the pen, back and forth. Then I'm going to go to each triangle. It's probably easier to keep your ruler in the same direction, do all the angles like so, and then once you've done a row, you do your next row and your next row. Then you can turn it sideways and you can do each edge like that. Then after your decorations are done, you're going to cut them all out very carefully so that you have a nice, neat circle, and then you're going to bend up all of those edges so that you have a triangle shape that will bend up. I've already assembled some of this. So the first part, I have a sheet of directions that helps you to do this. The first one will have 10 triangles that are attached in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to add the last one. Now, if you have trouble controlling glue, you don't want too much glue or this will be too hard to do. So what you want to do is you want to squeeze a small dot of glue, very small dot, and either use the tip. You can use the tip of this glue to spread it out. A really thin coat of glue is going to work so much better than a big giant blob. Then I'm going to lay my shape down flat on the table. I'm going to line up the two triangle edges and I'm going to pinch this closed. I'm going to hold it until I'm sure that it is secure. This might take a little bit of time to hold them. I do have paper clips for when you assemble the last bit because it's kind of hard to hold them all at once. Once you have 10 in a row, you're going to curl them around and put the last two together. If you have trouble controlling this glue, another solution would be to squeeze a little bit out on a piece of newspaper, use a popsicle stick, put a small amount on your popsicle stick, make sure you know which two have to be attached, and then spread your glue out with the popsicle stick so that you have a very thin coat of glue. Then you're going to hold these two together, and you're going to check inside to make sure that that triangle is lined up, because if that does not happen, and you do that with every single one, your icosahedron will not fit together properly. This needs to be done very accurately and carefully. You can't be sloppy with this project. Now I have a circular piece that's going to go around the middle. You have to assemble 5 going around so that it makes like a little hat shape. So I have 4 done. I'm going to spread my last 2 with glue, and then I'm going to very carefully place them into place, making sure that underneath it's not tilted, it's straight. That one could probably be laid flat on the table, but the last one will not be flat. It will be kind of curved. So you want to get that nice and even. Press them down really tightly. Now what's going to happen is this little hat is going to fit on the top of this, and then the bottom one will fit on the other side. This takes a little bit of patience. So I'm going to put a small amount of glue, whichever way is best for you, whether you're squeezing it on the newspaper and using a popsicle stick or putting just a little bit on with the tip of your glue bottle. Trust me, if you put too much glue on here, you are going to have a nightmare. Then I'm going to start putting each piece together, looking at making sure that they're lined up before I squeeze it shut. Hold it tightly. That one's not quite lined up. Make sure that one's lined up. And I'm going to do that until I get all the way around that circle. When you're all finished with this, you can trim off any bits of that tab piece that doesn't line up properly. If you're having trouble using your hands, you could take a paper clip and you can paper clip each one of these to hold them on. Let me get the last one on, and I'll show you this in class when I'm all done.